morning, thank the Lord and take a beat. Before I brush my teeth, gotta see if my project leak. Drowning out our sorrows, holy water lost at sea. Packing all this squalor out my copper submarine. Before I see the birds, I check my tweets. Don't expect no warning text. Drowning out our sorrows, holy water lost at sea. Stacking all this squalor out my copper submarine. Wake up every morning, all I ever do is drink. Top floor, files, you like hot to sweet. Try to hit my I said you gon' pull up, listen. Now on the water, I'll just throw it through. Green tea sipping this chai, start my day. Hey, if I lose myself, I'll find a way. Got this little brown skin shorty, stay a block away. Try to kill my vibe, but couldn't do it, not today. Pull up, those in my A. Then I hit the course and stay in shape. Cruising in my Honda, I'm just trying to get some space. I don't want no drama, but that's mainly cause I wake up every morning, thank the Lord and take a beat. Before I brush my teeth, gotta see if my project leak. Drowning out our sorrows, holy water lost at sea. Packing all this squalor out my copper submarine. Before I see the birds, I check my tweets. Don't expect no warning text from me. Drowning out our sorrows, holy water lost at sea. Stacking all this squalor out my copper submarine.
I've been dreaming about you. Wish I knew what you were up to. Wish I can hit you up just to say I'ma set up a TV and I'd like you to be with me. We could laugh about nothing at all. I'ma set up a TV and I'd like you to be with me. We could laugh about nothing at all. Truth is, I just wanna truth is, I just wanna
Truth is, I've been stuck in my feelings these days. I've been up in my bedroom nowadays. Even with the sun shining so bright, I wait till stars come at night, so I could dream about you tonight. Truth is, I'm a little bit hesitant to hit you up. I get more scared as a damn grown up. This ain't a hookup, we could just burn up. I feel you so close up. I'm so sorry if I close up.
truth is, I just wanna truth is, I just wanna truth is, I just wanna get close to you. so different, 'cause others wouldn't even try. Nobody ever took the time. I get way too in my head about everything I do, figuring out what to say, 'cause it's so new. But you've been so patient, and I appreciate it. Wish I didn't get like this. And I don't know why I overthink like I do. But it all seems to go away when I'm with you. I can get nervous when I got no reason to be. It's just I still can't believe that you wanna be with me. Wish I could find the words to explain just how I feel. Convince myself it's real. You smile when I focus over all the little things, and I don't think that you notice when I catch you staring. You make me feel beautiful in a way I haven't felt before. No, something so much more. And I don't know why I overthink like I do. But it all seems to go away when I'm with you. With you. With you. With you. With you.
I see you pulling up to meet me in your car. I know you didn't have to drive, you don't live far from me. I know we're friends, but baby, something's on my mind. So I apologize for taking all this time, but I got to tell you. Now, can I pretend I don't love you like I do? Now, can I pretend I don't love you like I do? No, so should I pretend that the feeling isn't true? Now, can I pretend I don't love you like I do? Love you like I do. Can I pretend I don't love you like I do? No, can I pretend I don't love you like I do? Can I pretend I don't love you like I do? I know at times you find it really hard to sleep, but I can fix that if you sleep right next to me. You're so confused about the way I look at you. It's not intentional, I'm trying to find the right time to tell you no. If the whole world breaks, see what's at stake. Would you be my girl? Would you be my world? No, I can't break now. Let me show you how. Loving me is what you need, and it's a fact and simple. Loving me is what you need, and it's so simple. what you need, and so loving me is what you need, girl, it's so sweet. It's a fact, it's simple. 'Cause loving me is what you need, I can feel it when you come. Loving me is what you need, don't you get it, don't you know, baby? So loving me is what you need, and baby, it's so simple. Trying to tell you, baby, but you just don't seem to see it, so no, can I pretend that to love you like I do? No, can I pretend that to love you like I do? No, so should I pretend that the feeling isn't true? No, can I pretend I don't love you like I do? Love you like I do. Can I pretend I don't love you like I do? Can I pretend I don't love you like I do? No, can I pretend I don't love you like I do? Can I pretend I don't love you like I do? So should I pretend that the feeling is so true? That the feeling is so true? No, can I pretend I don't love you like I do? Can I pretend I don't love you like I do? She said her favorite color, yeah. She said her favorite color yellow. It looked good on her dress. Tryna be slim, thick, nothing less. But she's falling in and out of love. Her heart was broken. Wonder if your summertime crushes even notice it burns in July. And it felt like a dream, but a dream is the best kind of lie, yeah. I realized when I woke, I just want you, yeah, yeah. I just want you, yeah, yeah. Should've told her you made a move, yeah, yeah, yeah. Think back, it was me and you drive to the city, no makeup, still pretty. Cruising, you got the stereo on. Hair up, looking like a million. Limos got you in your feelings, yeah. Messed up, y'all not get it, yeah. Is that none of my business? She said, come on, get your believer to California. Yeah, you got a point. I probably should've warned you, but now I think I'm staying. Tell me, what was it you're saying? She said her favorite color yellow. Tryna be slim, thick, nothing less. But she's falling in and out of love. Her heart was broken. Do summertime crushes even notice? A little bit too kind, she a little bit too emotional. Cry your heart out. Let me know what's going on. I'll make you feel mellow. You just gotta let go. Build it up like Lego. So you want 100, I'ma keep it on. So you want 100, I'm keeping it 100. I know you could do this on your own. Girl, you got it, yeah, you got it. You done did it all alone. But I know some nights get heavy. Put it on me, I'm ready. Whatever it is, I carry, I got it. I said her favorite color yellow. And it look good on her dress. Whether slim, thick or not, you're still pretty nonetheless. Don't go falling, though your heart is broken. Summertime crushes, never noticed. A little bit too kind, little bit too emotional. Cry your heart out, let me know what's going on. I'll make you feel
to be this way. I don't have to wash away the pain with liquid courage, liquid courage. I lick the scourge, I lick the scourge. Now I'm starting to think it doesn't have to be this way. I don't have to wash away the pain with liquid courage, liquid courage. I lick the scourge, lick the scourge. You know what I've been through. It feels like there's no use, but I won't be happy too. Maybe 2020 is the year I bloom. For crying out loud, fuck you. I'ma turn a new leaf, it's true. No more time to be confused. Take a trip out the room and out my room. I'm starting to think it doesn't have to be this way. I don't have to wash away the pain with liquid courage, liquid courage. I lick the scourge, I lick the scourge. Now I'm starting to think it doesn't have to be this way. I don't have to wash away the pain with liquid courage, liquid courage. I lick the scourge, lick the scourge.
Skater boy, why'd you pick up and leave? Skater boy, look what you done to me. I am not a toy that you can just play with. How all of a sudden you acting jaded. Oh, keep it on the low. Said that you just wanna keep it casual. No, can't believe I did. Fell for you, the version inside my head. Deja vu had me thinking of you. But the past is the past, glad that it's all news. Riding around on your board with your angst and your issues. I guess they scored on. Skater boy, now you're gone, I'm carefree. Skater boy, you were no good to me. The way you strung me along and I just took it. Can't believe you put me through all that bullshit. Oh, keep it on the low. Said that you just wanna keep it casual. No, can't believe I did. Fell for you, the version inside my head. Finally alone, I feel good on my own. I finally erased your number from my super phone. Riding around on your board with your angst and your issues. I guess they scored on. I just wanna feel again, something that is real again. Thought that I was someone to you. Skater boy, now you're gone, I'm carefree. Skater boy, you were no good to me. The way you strung me along and I just took it. Can't believe you put me through all that bullshit. No, keep it on the low. Said that you just wanna keep it casual. No, can't believe I did. Fell for you, the version inside my head. Oh.
오랜만이야 10년이면 강산도 변한다던데 넌 말이야 얼마나 많이 변했을까 궁금해 기억을 잃어버린 도리에게 사랑이란 그저 fantasy 그래도 한땐 01243 둘밖에 없던 멜로드라마 주인공같이 꽃길을 나란히 걸었지 노을이 지는 언덕 위에 우린 사랑을 나눴네 지금 너를 다시 쳐다보니까 어릴 적 우리가 떠오르잖아 내 손을 잡고 올라타 You're my time machine 널 보니 그대로 돌아가게 돼 주위 둘러보네 우린 참 잘 어울렸어 거짓말 가게는 흔히 날 throwback 우리 미래 속에 잊혀진 go back 4K로 펼쳐지는 추억의 시간이야 You're my time machine girl 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 You're my time machine You're my time machine girl You're a time machine 사라진 추억이 되살아나지 Brown eyes dreamy vignette sepia tone no Do you wanna go back to where we started Do you wanna go back to when we 공상과학 영화 같아 Your body moves in slow-mo 검은 머리 you got me 헤어나올 수 없는 black hole 그 눈을 자꾸 쳐다보니까 네 속으로 계속 빠져들잖아 Baby won't you take me back in time Because You're a time machine 널 보니 그대로 돌아가게 돼 주위 둘러보네 우린 참 잘 어울렸어 거짓말 가게는 흔히 날 throwback 우리 미래 속에 잊혀진 go back 4K로 펼쳐지는 추억의 시간이야 You're my time machine girl 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 사랑은 기차 타고 멀리 떠나야 방울방울 다시 돌아와 사랑은 기차 타고 멀리 떠나야 방울방울 다시 돌아와 You're a time machine You're my time machine You're my time machine You're my time machine
Yeah. Baby, come and talk to me. Jodeci, tryna show you love, it's that TLC. You're my favorite song, you're my therapy. Music for my soul, classic R&B. We don't need no plan B, but I have a family. Sounding like a Grammy every time you speak. Make me wanna sing. Yeah, make me wanna sing. So passionate like Jackson, 5 heartbeats, temptation. Girl, don't keep me waiting. I love you, that's Cupid. That's Soul Child with the music. You my boo, that's Alicia. I told you I need you, that's Jazz. And baby girl, you bad. So won't you come and talk to me? Jodeci, tryna show you love, it's that TLC. You're my favorite song, you're my therapy. Yeah, music for my soul, classic R&B.
I see, baby, cool with it. Drowning in your love, like a pool with it. Way below the surface, babe. In the things, yeah, you see the inner man. Never swear, no. Baby, come and talk to me. Walk with me. Show them how it ought to be. Hey, yeah. Bring it love back like we order. Yeah, never seen a real, we gon' show
Baby,
them.
come and talk to me. Jodeci, tryna show you love, it's that TLC. You're my favorite song, you're my therapy. Music for my soul, classic R&B. Talk to me. Jodeci, tryna show you love, it's that TLC. You're my favorite song, you're my therapy. Music for my soul, classic R&B. Talk to me.
Let me know what's what's on your mind. Let me hold you down, I promise. There's a future if you grind with me. Crazy and love like J&B, it feels good when you say my name. Make me wanna rock the boat, I ain't tryna float, I'm tryna drown, wanna go deep. Never been a scrub or a creep, ain't no ordinary love. I peep, I keep it on the low, cause no one really gotta know what we got going on.